Hey! Hello, my little crafty monsters. How is everybody doing today? I hope everybody is fabulous. So, in today's fabulous tutorial, we are going to be making a Valentine wreath, which is this little bad boy right here. Look at the little flow of ribbon. The big ribbon with the heart right here. Some little flowers, some little white flowers. Well, these are not flowers, but these are little hearts with like some baby's breath. A little glittered heart in the middle. And some little glittered kisses and little hearts as well. Now, all of this stuff was purchased from the Dollar Tree and the 99-cent store. We got to give them credit to the both of them. But I would say the majority of the stuff that I purchased to make this little bad boy was from the Dollar Tree. So, if you guys are going to thinking, sorry, I can't even talk today. What is going on? Anyway, if you're thinking about making a little Valentine wreath, definitely head to your Dollar Trees and to your 99-cent store. They have so much supplies right now that you guys could basically use to put one of these little bad boys together and, you know, make one of your own, whatever style it is. This was a little tiny little heart. But because of the DecoMesh, it just makes it look so much bigger. And that's why I did this design. Instead of that other design like I did for the Halloween one. If you guys have been following me, you guys saw when I did the Halloween one where I actually cut pieces of the DecoMesh and then I tied them together. But this one is actually big loops. And the reason why I did the big loops was because it would just make it a lot larger. It would just make it look a lot bigger, right? But definitely this is a project to do because everybody needs to have a Valentine wreath in front of their door because it's all about love for the world. Love for the world. I love that. That's so cool. Anyway, without wasting any more time, guys, let's get down to business and make this little bad boy, and we will see you in a bit. Hola, my little crafty monsters. So we're going to be using a heart-shaped wire wreath. Some little embellishments that we purchased at the Dollar Tree and the 99-cent store. Most of the stuff that we purchased here, like I said earlier, we purchased from the Dollar Tree. But we did purchase stuff from the 99 too. So I'll go ahead and let you guys know what is what. So we're going to be using some ribbon and some Bodabra. I don't know what size wreath this is because it didn't say on the tag. And it didn't say anywhere, and I didn't really measure it. But all we're going to do really is we're just going to get some Zippy ties. And we're going to go ahead and use some of this DecoMesh. If you guys remember the Christmas swag, we're basically doing the same thing, but just in a miniaturized version. So we're just going to go ahead and make loops. And then we're going to hold it down with Zippy ties. This seems to be the fastest and the easiest for me. You guys could use wire. You guys could tie it. Whatever it is that you guys want to use to hold down this DecoMesh, by all means, you feel free to use that. So right here, all I'm going to do is I'm going to do about 4 little loops, and then I'm going to change the color. And I'm going to use red, pink, and white, which is basically almost like your little traditional Valentine colors. So we're going to use those. And then especially because a lot of the little embellishments that we're going to be using to decorate this are the same colors as well. I think there's only like, I don't know what, I think there's something purple I'm using. I'm not really 100% sure, but if there is, that's probably the only thing that I'm going to be using that's purple. But anyway, so like I said, we're going to just do 4 loops of each color. You could do more loops, you could do less loops, you could do a different type of design. It doesn't necessarily have to be this one right here, but this is basically what I'm going to use. Yeah, I like it. So the reason why I'm doing these big loops too is because if you guys notice that little wire wreath is kind of small. It really is small because if you think about it, look at my crafting mat, you guys. Okay, look at the center circle. That heart is almost the size of that little center circle. So you guys could imagine it is pretty small. So I decided to do these little DecoMesh loops this way because it was going to make it a lot fuller and it's it is going to make it look just way bigger than it really is. And so we're just going to start all over. It's just repeat and repeat, and we're going to go along the whole entire outer wire. It's the biggest wire, the last one. That's the one that I'm attaching all of these loops to. And I'm doing it on that wire for a reason, because on the second wire, we're gonna just do like all red little loops. So that is the reason why I'm using 4 rows of this DecoMesh. So I purchased 2 reds, 1 pink, and 1 white. So if you were just gonna do all the 3 colors, I mean, you would honestly have to buy 2 of each color. But if you're gonna just do the outer rim like I'm doing with the different colors, you just buy 1 of each and then buy an extra red or an extra pink or an extra white, whatever you want the main color to be in the middle, because in the middle we're just gonna do all red DecoMesh. You guys will see. And it basically pushes out all of these color ones to the outer part of the wreath, which is what I actually like. So that's all we're doing. We're just making some loops and we're securing them down with some zippy ties. Zippy ties, guys, are, oh my god, that rhymes. Zippy ties, guys. Anyway, zippy ties are must have in the craft room, seriously. Especially like if you do do-it-yourself projects, because if you guys notice, I do use a lot of them when I'm making wreaths and stuff like that, or swags or whatever it is. Yeah. So I was thinking of doing something different. Excuse me. So you guys remember when I was doing the Christmas swag, that material that I used, which was that metal corner beam that I purchased at Home Depot. So remember I was telling you guys that we can basically shape that into any shape that you want. So I'm going to do this cute little wreath for St. Patrick's Day. So you guys definitely have to. There goes that word again, definitely. So you guys do have to look out for that video, because I'm going to be making something really cute for the door for St. Patrick's Day. I don't usually decorate for that day, but you know, I felt that I should do some stuff. So back to the Valentine wreath. So we're almost there, my little crafty monsters. We're just going to continue doing this until we basically finish the whole entire wreath. And you guys are starting to see how big it's starting to look, and basically how easy it is. I mean, honestly, because like, I don't really think that making a wreath is really hard. It's just basically buying the materials, and then once you buy the materials, just figuring out the style and exactly how you want it to look. So for the most part, I never have a plan. I really never do. I go to the store, you guys, and I just get a basket, and then I just start throwing things in there that I like, that I know basically I could use on a wreath. I mean, you could use anything, seriously. With hot glue nowadays and wire, I mean, you could attach anything to a wreath. But I just wanted to keep it to, you know, stuff that I could find at the Dollar Tree. So we just bought a bunch of Valentine Floral Picks and some little actual floral picks from the 99 and stuff like that. And so that's exactly what we're going to use to decorate this little bad boy. Now, I really should have fast forwarded some of this, but I really wanted you guys to get the whole gist of how I made this, because when I actually did this for the swag was so large, if you guys remember, that it was kind of hard to see it. But for the most part, I was trying to really show you guys how I do these little loops and how I attach them onto the actual wreath wire. Yeah. Now you guys could do any style, seriously. You guys don't even have to do the loops. You guys could do that one, like I said, you could just cut them and then tie them onto it just to give it that, like, I don't know what it's called, that look, but it just looks like, I don't know. I don't know what it looks like. It looks like, I guess, like frizzy hair or something like that to me, I always think, but that is a really cute design too. That's the one that I did for Halloween. But I would totally do it for other, like for autumn, for fall, for, you know, that little season. I would totally do a wreath like that and then put like a bunch of leaves all around it. I mean, it would look really, really cute. So basically we are done for this one, and we basically used all of the rolls that we purchased. I mean, it literally took all of the white and all of the pink and all of that red just to finish the outer rim. So if you guys were doing a bigger heart than this, you would definitely need a lot more DecoMesh, just to let you guys know. Because sometimes in projects it's hard to tell how much exactly you're going to use, especially because not every single one of these, you know, these little, what are they called, the bows that we're making, not every one of them is identical in size. So, you know, it's kind of hard. So that's basically all we did. We just filled in that second one with all red. So if you guys notice, all the middle part of this wreath is red. I didn't really film it because I showed you that whole part anyway, but the middle part is all red. And now these are the floral picks that I purchased at the 99-cent store, guys. And these flowers, the reason why I really, really liked them a lot was because the flowers are foam. They're these white foam material. So I don't know, I just thought it was really cute. So we're just basically gonna glue these kind of like in a little V like Valentines. Excuse me. And I'm going to put a piece of paper in the back, or cardstock, just to really secure these little bad boys onto the actual wreath. And then I'm going to glue each one of those little flowers in the way I want it to basically look. But we're going to put another piece of paper on the top of that, just to make sure that they're not going to go anywhere. Because remember, these are a little bit heavy and I don't want them to kind of droop down. That's another reason why we will be gluing each one of these little flowers to a loop of DecoMesh. And that's what we're doing. So just go ahead and glue each one of those, just so it doesn't move either and you have them exactly the way you want them. That's basically what I'm doing right here. So like I said, guys, these flowers were so cute because they're all white. They reminded me of like little Valentine ones, and they are made out of foam. So they weren't that silk flower material that they use, which is not really silk, right? I don't know why they're called silk flowers. Are they really made out of real silk? But for whatever reason, the fake flowers, these ones are foam, so they were different, and I really liked them. I also kept a lot of the greenery because I wanted them to look like, you know, like flowers, like naturally little flowers with all their greenery. I thought it just gave it a little bit more cuter color. So let's just repeat. Just do the same thing to the other side. Make sure that they just look nice and, you know, however it is that you want them to be shaped. I was kind of trying to cool the glue down a little bit. So what I did was I would put a little bit glue on the flower and then I would hold it for a minute. You can't really tell because this video is so speedy. it's hyperlapsed, so you can't really tell, but I hold the flower for a while so that the glue will kind of, so it'll kind of cool down a little bit, because what it was doing was when I was doing it directly right after putting the glue was so extremely hot that it was actually melting the DecoMesh. Now, I don't know if I would use a low temp glue gun, because the low temp For some reason, it dries really fast, and it's kind of harder to attach things with those type of glue guns. That, you know, I tend to use those a lot more with paper crafts. But when I'm doing a wreath or something that I really need it to hold, I usually go for the really industrial hot glues. But you just have to learn to work with them so that you don't burn yourself, or, you know, you don't melt everything. So these are another little Valentine floral picks that I purchased at the 99-cent store. The 99-cent store was the one that had a lot of these like floral picks and things to decorate with. The 99-cent store had a lot of signs and a lot of like stuff for parties, Valentine parties and stuff like that, which is amazing. But I found that at the 99-cent store, they had more of the decorative stuff, like for you to, you know, make the candy bouquets, or to make a wreath, or to make whatever it is that you guys are trying to make. Honestly, that's where you'll find a lot of these floral and Valentine picks. Those are the ones that I purchased. So these are like little heart shape, little bad boys. And I'm just putting them one on each side. They also have like a little baby's breath on them, so it adds another white element into that. And so we're just gonna let that dry, and we're gonna actually start the bow for the very front, which is another focal point. We're gonna use our little bow dabber. This is the bow dabber that I always use. You guys have seen it in other videos. And this is what I use when I'm gonna make a really large bow with large ribbon. So I'm just gonna do a total of 6 loops. If you guys don't have one of these, you guys, I would recommend it because it just makes them a lot easier. But, you know, if you have another way to make bows like this, then by all means do it that way. I just suck at making bows. You guys already know that. So I always use something to help me out. So anyways, it's really easy to use this little gadget. All you really have to do is just basically make loops, and you have a wire in the bottom where you're going to use to tie everything together. You can make as many or as little loops as you want, and as little and as big as you want them to be. So right here I try to make them all the same size, but sometimes it's a little hard to make them the same exact size. So right here I'm just tying the wire in the back just to secure all these ribbons. I'm trying to straighten them out a little bit, but honestly, to tell you the truth, don't worry about it. Just wait until you throw this little bad boy onto the wreath. And then once you add all the other ribbons that you're going to add to this, then I would actually fix it afterwards. But you know Jesse, a little bit of his OCD was not letting him just leave it like that. I was trying to make it look pretty, and there I go, still trying to. So I'm tying the wire to one of those wires in the middle, the middle wire on this wreath, and I'm also turning it, kind of twisting it around the last one, just, you know, so that I didn't have to really cut any of the wire. And then right here I'm just kind of fluffing out excuse me, this little bad boy. Now, just so you guys know, we're going to add a lot of other different ribbons and designs onto this little bow. It's not just going to be this little bad boy in the front. And then we're also going to add a little something in the middle, just to give it a little more of an interest. Because, you know, we got to step it up a notch. So I'm going to use some of this little glitter ribbon that that the bestie Yohara gave to me. She actually gave me a bunch of gifts, and this was one of the, she knows me. She knows I love the glitter, so she gave me this glitter, and I thought it was perfect because I'm like, okay, I'm going to use it for Valentine's on my wreath. And then I also am using this. Now, all of the ribbon that I have, you guys, I purchased it at the Dollar Tree. Except for that red glittered one. That one, the bestie gave it to me. But all of these Valentine ones that you guys see were from the Dollar Tree. And so I'm just going to put different types of ribbons on there because I want a variety of different types of ribbons. because we can. And because you know that Jesse cheats when he does the little bows. You guys have seen me do this a lot of times, you guys. This is not new. So I will make the little loops and then I just glue them on just to make them look like a bow. And that's how I'm making it. You don't really have to worry about it if you're going to put something in the middle. But if you're not going to put something in the middle, I really don't think that you could cheat like this, guys. But since we're going to put a big old glittery heart in the middle, nobody's ever going to see where these are glued onto. And it just makes it look like it's an actual ribbon. Like I did it. Like I did it, boo-boo. But I really didn't. So here's that glittery red ribbon that the bestie gave us, which I freaking love. I just think it's so pretty. So glittery. So go ahead and just add that little bad boy onto the center, and you just keep adding and adding as many little loops as you guys want, as little loops as you want. If you guys don't want to use so many different kinds of ribbons, you guys don't have to. If you guys want to use all the same ribbon, I mean, you could do it this way too. Just use all the same one. Just, you know, keep adding and adding and making it look really full. And so now we're just going to make the tails, because we need some long, beautiful tails, you guys. You can't just leave your wreath ribbon like that. So all the ribbon that we used, we're basically going to use the same ribbon to make the tails. And we're going to do 2 of each because Jesse's extra like that. So yeah, so I'm doing 2 of each. You guys don't have to do as many. I just wanted a lot of ribbon hanging. I liked how it looks. I really think that the end result looked nice. So I just used the same one to, you know, cut all the other ones, make sure that they're all the same size. And I think this is going to be the last ribbon that I use. And then we could start putting this little bad boy together. So all we're going to do is we're just going to fold all of the ribbons in half. It's going to be all in half. And then once we have all those ribbons, and I'm kind of layering them like this because that's the way I want the ribbon to show. You guys will actually see. I do this little move on here where I attach a wire to it, and then I also staple it so that it could stay the way I want it to stay. Because remember, it's just ribbon, so you could staple it. So right here, I just twisted them to the front so that they're all front, and then I just stapled them like that. And then all we're going to do is just run a wire through where it's all folded. You know, just run a wire through there, and then all you have to do is just tie this little bad boy to the bottom back part of your ribbon. I kind of just twisted it around just for more security, because you know, Jesse always has to do it for more security. And then you just look for the bottom part in the back of your bow, and then you just tie this little bad boy onto there. Nobody's ever going to know that it is a second piece and that it was never attached. It's just our little secret, guys. And there you go. See how pretty that looks? Pero mira que tan cute. And then this is that little heart, glittered heart that we're going to use. We're going to put right in the center of all of these little bows. And that just gives it that little extra something, you know, because you need something right there, boo-boo. Just put a little hot glue and then throw that little bad boy in there. And how cute is that, right? Now, so you guys know that I'm not going to leave the bottom of the ribbon like that. I do cut them all in an angle. However, I did not show that on the camera, sorry. And then I got this other little glittered heart that I also purchased at the 99-cent store. It had a little hanging thing, so, oh, that little hanging thing. So I'm going to basically hide it in the back. And so I put that little bad boy in the center, wherever that hot glue would grab, because I wanted it in the center. I also cut off that little hanging thing because I didn't like it. And then all we're going to do here now is just add all these little floral Valentine picks that I purchased. Like these little lips. Oh my god, these glitter lips are adorable. You guys definitely saw me use these. There goes that word again. You guys saw me use these on that candy bouquet I made, if you guys saw the video before this one. But I also used these little heart glittered guys, the little kisses, which I thought were cute. I thought they were really, really cute. They just gave it a little something, something, you know? And so now we're going to add some other little hearts, these little glittered hearts that I purchased from the 99-cent store too. I'm telling you, a lot of these floral picks I purchased at the 99-cent store, all the stuff to actually make the wreath was what came from the Dollar Tree. And so this is basically my little wreath. So I'm just going to add these. I'm going to add more stuff, like just to fill in little gaps where there's really nothing, just to give it a little something. You guys could add anything you want. Seriously, there's so much to choose from at the Dollar Tree and the 99-cent store. I mean, you guys could go super crazy on it. So those were the little glittered hearts that I also purchased from the Dollar Tree. And yeah. So we're just going to go ahead and add one of these on each side, just to give it another different kind of little element to it. And yeah, there you go. How cute is this wreath coming out? I mean, honestly, to tell you the truth, guys, this is where we're going to stop. But you guys could continue adding more and more stuff, or you guys could take out some stuff and not add everything. But this is it, guys. This is it. Welcome back, my little crafty monsters. So that's how easy it was to make this little bad boy. You guys saw that it really didn't use that much supplies. It gets pretty full pretty quick, like pretty quick. And especially with all of the little DecoMesh, how it's all, you know, volumed out, as they say. It just makes it look a lot bigger and a lot fuller. Like it just looks nice. So anyways, I hope that inspired you guys to go out there, buy some supplies, and make one of the wreaths for your door, because every door needs to have a wreath out there. And like I said, all of the stuff that we purchased at the Dollar Tree and the 99 was what we used for this little bad boy. So that's it for now, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, because we all need to subscribe, because we're a team. Remember, team. And don't forget to hit that like button as well as that notification button, because that notification button will definitely tell you the next time I upload a video, so you guys don't miss out on that and you guys don't fall behind on the videos. And definitely tell a friend and share, because your friends need to know about these fabulous tutorials. So that's it for now, my little crafty monsters. Until next time.